Hi guys, it's Holly, Amy, and Winston, and we're gonna show you how to change a bandage on your pet's foot today. So bandage materials that you will need, you can get these from us, you also can get them online. You will need some white tape, some elasticon tape, some vet wrap, some cast padding, stretch gauze, and a non-adhesive or a Telfa pad. Most of the time when we're placing bandages on pets' foots, they either have a wound or we did surgery or something along those lines. So you are going to start off with your Telfa or your non-adherent pad. Mr. Winston here had a grass on between his toes, so that's where we're going to put this today. He does have a little suture right up in here, so that's where this is going to go. It's going to go right in there. The next thing you're going to do is actually grab a piece of your white tape, and you're going to want to make it about 6 to 8 inches depending on your dog's size. Because he's a bigger dog, I'm going to go ahead and do just a bigger piece. Now this piece of tape is going to go on the opposite side of where your wound is at. So because my wound is on the inside of his toes, I don't really have to worry about it, but it's going to go about halfway up the foot. You are going to want to leave about half down on the bottom. This is going to create a stirrup for us. This is going to help keep the bandage on his foot and not slide down. The next thing you're going to do is grab your white cast padding, kind of feels like a cloud, and you're going to start from the toes and you're going to start wrapping up his foot. Now, rule of thumb is just going to be to go to right above the hock, so the next, right above the joint, the next joint. So we're going to go about half an inch up that next joint. So you're going to roll up right up to the top of that next joint, just a little bit over, and then you're going to wrap this back down. So whatever goes up must come back down. Because this is in between his toes, you want to make sure his toes are covered as well. So once I get down to the bottom, I'm going to just turn it, rotate it just a little bit so that it covers the bottom of his foot. Same thing on the back end, rotate it just a little bit. Piece of white tape needs to stay out. And then this rips pretty easy. The next thing you're going to do is take your stretch gauze. So this is really stretchy kind of gauze that we use. You want to make sure that this one does not get too tight. So the way that I do this one is start it from the toes, and basically all you're going to do is roll it on top. You do not want to pull this at all. It will get too tight. So basically you're just going to roll it right on top. And again, whatever comes up must come back down. So we're rolling all the way to the top of the white gauze. And you're going to roll all the way down. Same thing with this one and his toes. I want to make sure his toes are encased in this one. So when I get down to the bottom, just a quick little turn, and we're going to wrap his toes up in this as well. White tape stays out. Once you are done with this, he did use all of this gauze. Not everybody's going to use this. Once you get down to the bottom, if you have quite a bit, you can cut this. Now, with our little stirrup here, what you're going to do is you're going to flip this so that the sticky side is now laying towards the bandage, and you're just going to put it back on the bandage. Again, all this is going to do is help so that the bandage does not slide down his foot at all. Next piece is going to be your vet wrap. This is also another thing that stretches and can get super tight, so do not pull when you are placing, you just want to lay it. Now how you're going to start this is you're actually going to encase the toes first. So you started about midway up, you're going to wrap the toes in, and then you're going to take it, turn it, and wrap it around. So we want to make sure all the white is covered in our chickens. And then wrap up the foot. Again, do not pull All I'm doing is laying this right on top. And what goes up must come back down. So we're gonna wrap him all the way down. This one also tears very easy. Once you get down to the bottom, you can lay it on itself, and it is sticky, so it sticks to itself. Very last piece is going to be your elasticon. Now this is going to do one of two things. It is going to go on his skin and the bandage, which is going to help keep that bandage up. It's also going to give us some protection down at the bottom. So there's a little red line in this one. I'm going to do about half on his skin, half on the bandage. And then because he's a bigger dog, I like to go just a little bit down back on the bandage so that it doesn't fall. This one you will need scissors to cut. It does not tear. Now you're gonna cut 2 pieces of tape. You're gonna cut one smaller one to go down at the bottom of his foot, kind of like a stirrup itself. So it's gonna go on one side, wrap around to the other, and then you're going to cut another one that basically just covers the top of this around. Again, because he's a bigger dog, I'm gonna go just one little wrap above because he has a very big paw. This is gonna give him some traction and also keep the bottom of that bandage safe. Like that. And that is how you rewrap a foot or redo a bandage at home.